So find a comfortable seat, and you can do this on the floor if you wish, or you can sit on the couch or a chair, and bring one foot, bring your ankle to the top of your knee, and you'll also get that number 4 position, so you'll get some work going on in your hip while we're doing this. So we're just going to start by lovingly moving some energy around in your feet. Our feet carry us wherever we want them to go. And so, so let's just begin by finding a little bit of pressure. I don't know if you can see this. I just take my thumbs and just kind of rub it along the side. And you can come to your heel too if you wish, but just right on the inside. Very carefully, very lovingly. And you can use as much pressure as you need. Everyone is different, so just running it up. And when we take care of our feet, we feel so much better. It's just kind of like anything else. When we get our hair done, when we get our nails done, when we get a massage, when we get to do facials, or if we can't do those things, this is what we can do for ourselves. It's called self-care. So that's something that I think I'm going to focus on during this time when our world is in this upheaval over the virus. And I think that it's just time. You know, we need to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of the earth. And this just might be the way that is waking all of us up to get that job done. Okay? So just following that arch on the outside, coming all the way up to the top of your toes, and just kind of pressing each toe. Yeah, and you could even stick your fingers in between. That's always a challenge, but you could stick your fingers in between. Yeah. Woo. And just do that, and just move them around a little bit. Do it from the back, and you can do it from the front. And you know, it eventually begins to feel pretty good. So it's been a little while since I've done that, so my toes are saying thank you. They're screaming thank you. So, but yeah. And while you're holding your fingers between your toes, you can just lovingly put some compassion into your foot. And maybe take your thumb, rub it up. This is what I like to do for myself. I'll just show you my routine, and you can adjust however it is that works best for you. And then I like to take my fingers and just rub them around there and around. And coming out. So I'm going to loosen my fingers between my toes right now. I'm just going to come out and around. So, but yeah, all right. Come around and flow the top of the foot. You know, I noticed a lot that the top of the feet and the ankles, the top of the ankles, really don't get a whole lot of attention. That's what I'm looking for. So, yeah. All right. And then we'll practice a little bit of yoga, but we want to get ourselves ready for that. So many times we don't. We just go to our class, just pop right in, do the thing, and leave. So it's a little bit of counterproduction of what yoga is about. So just bring it on up. There. Good job. All right. That should probably feel a little bit better, getting a little bit of circulation going there. And so something that's very, very important for those of us who are aging, well, we're all aging, but just to take the time to give your body a little extra care. It's worked hard all its life. So let's just begin to change that. Take your thumbs. This is what I like to do. Just take my thumbs and come all the way up. I can even just, sometimes I'll just stop and put a little pressure in one area. You can feel the tenderness in those areas. Some are a little more tender than others. Taking my fist and just running it through the arch. Always feels really good. And just letting that energy flow up from the earth. Flow it up through your legs. Doesn't take a lot of time. Oh yes, I got to do my fingers through in my toes. It's like, it's not a fun thing to do, but it's very good for that. So, all right. While they're there, I'm just going to continue to love on my foot. So this side's a little bit more tender than the other side. So I won't be here that long. Reminds me I have some toe separators. Put them in and just wear them a little bit, a few moments at a time. All right. You can bend those toes down. You can bend them back. Lots of different ways to take care of ourselves. So, all right, yep, I'm beginning to feel some circulation, some energy, so that's awesome. All right, beautiful. All right, so you can just sit at the edge of your chair, or if you're sitting on the floor, just go ahead, straighten your legs out, and just let those feet flop, rocking them from hip to heel, heel to hip. All right, good job, good job. All right, so I'm going to begin by standing, and I think that this will be short, but it'll certainly take the whole, your whole body will experience something. So I'm going to move my chair. And my slippers. Self-isolation, I'm living in my slippers all the time, so, all right. So let's just begin by noticing those feet. They should be tingling, or they might be tingling. And it'll help you to feel the earth underneath you, that groundedness. And that's something that's so, so important right now, is to find, how can we ground ourselves so that the chaos, the anxiety, the fear, anything that takes you away from feeling grounded, how do we change that? Because even though we cannot change what's going on, except to do our part, we can change how we think and how we are approaching what we need to do. So, sharing self-care tips, sharing yoga online is one of the ways that I can do to help you, help everybody else, and at the same time it helps me. So let's just start by pressing, as we're pressing those feet into the earth, and let's come into a mountain pose. Mountain is very, very grounding. And all we need to do, if you're comfortable to close your eyes, feel free to close your eyes. If you're not, just look down, be aware of what and who is around you, and breathe. Let your belly expand as you breathe in. Let your belly push back as you breathe out. And let's just do that for 3 times. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Our breath is one thing that we can control in a lot of ways. We can choose how we want to breathe. We can learn how to breathe so that our whole body gets oxygenated. The exciting thing of it is that our breath calms our nervous system. So by breathing in and breathing out slowly, fully, and deeply, it's going to help that. So, all right, so just take your arms and stretch them up now. We're just going to connect ourselves and imagine connecting to the sky. You're up there holding on to the universe. At the same time, you're pressing down into the earth and letting Mother Earth ground you. And sending all your sorrows, all your fears, all your anxieties down into Mother Earth. And then let's forward fold. So I'm going to bend those knees slightly and hinge at the hips. And I'm going to turn sideways for a moment. And then we'll exhale. Just let those arms float down. Be very mindful. Come all the way down. Hug that belly in. And bring the hands down. Find your ankles. Let your head point down. And just let your arms hang. And breathe. Just let them hang. With gravity, Mother Earth, support you, help you. The shoulder blades roll off the side. And you can stay this way about anywhere 3 to 5 breaths. And then we'll breathe in. We're going to come part way up. Nice flat back. Bring those shoulders back. Head forward. Bend the knees slightly. Tilt the hips up so that your backs of your hamstrings get nice and stretched. Just a gentle stretch. Keeping that belly hugged in. It helps support the back. And breathe. All right, we're going to forward fold once more. Exhale. And just hang here. You can do this off the side of your bed. You can do this off sitting in a chair. Nothing is etched in stone. And as we inhale, we're going to just breathe in, slowly come up. Coming all the way up, and as you come up, bring your shoulders up toward your ears. Now we're going to roll them back. Let them settle wide, so it's going to open your heart, open your collarbone. And come on down. Awesome. So that should help. And feel free to do that 2 or 3 times. All right, so one of my favorite sequences is a warrior sequence. I will be posting this on YouTube also, and I think I already have it in there, but I might not. So, but anyway, so let's do a very simple warrior sequence, and I'm going to see if I can keep my balance here with the camera. So we're going to start with your left foot out. Left foot, toes are pointed forward. You're going to bend that front knee. You can take your back foot and bring it either parallel with the back of your mat if you're using a mat, or you can bring it 45 degree angle. That happens to be a lot in my class. I make up new words. All right, so we're going to start with warrior 2. Inhale. Bring those arms up. And allow yourselves to stack. So stacking your hips, your lower body with your middle body, coming all the way up to your upper body, your head. That's connected to the sky. So we're imagining We have that thread. We're connected, all right? Warrior two. Turning to look at your goal at the end of your fingers. My head doesn't turn all the way, so this is as far as it goes, but I can pretend. I can visualize, I guess is another word. All right, reverse warrior or dancing warrior. Turn that front palm up, exhale, reverse. And notice that nice long stretch inside the body. And looking up if you can. And just continue to be aware of your feet, be aware of your knee, making sure that knee continues to be pushing out the direction towards your little toe. All right, we're going to roll down to side angle. So it's just a cartwheel coming down and reaching over. Exhale. Nice. And now we'll breathe in. We're going to come up into triangle. So my triangles are a little different. So you can place your hand, you just straighten that front leg, place your hand either on your thigh or your shin, and your other arm can come straight up, or you can place it on your hip, wherever it works best for you. But the goal is to roll that shoulder back. And whew, here we go. And you can choose to look forward, you can look down at the earth, you can choose to look up at the sky, at your fingertips, wherever is best for you. And breathe. And just focus on the sensations that you're feeling, and know and learn about your body. And stretch up and reach to the sky. All right, we're going to move back into side angle. So we're just going to bend that front knee, place your forearm on your thigh, take your other arm and just bring it gently over your ear. And look down if you wish, and continue to breathe. And this flow can be done in several different ways. I'll post some other options with this at a little later time. But this is the first time that I'm using my iPad to record, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're going to push down, inhale, roll up, back into warrior two. Kind of nice, your foundation stays. Good. Now we're going to helicopter, and I always like to move my foot to give myself some foundation. So I'm beginning to turn here, and I'll just make that little shift. And maybe you won't need that, but we're going to turn. And then we'll take our right hand down to the left foot, or you can stop at your knee, your shin, your ankle, and your toes, and your left arm goes to your low back. Or if it doesn't go back there, you can just let it hang down, or you can leave it on your thigh. Yes. Breathing in. And then we'll come back up, and we're just going to come right up into warrior one. Stretch up tall. Bring the shoulders back. Good. All right, so now we're going to step forward. We're going to find our balanced pose. So stepping forward, and your balanced pose can be anything that works for you. If you need a chair, it's like a little wobbly today. So if you need a chair, feel free to hold that. And you can just lift your foot. You can come up into tree. You can find skydiver. Skydiver is kind of fun. So skydiver is just coming up and finding that basic balance pose. Whew. Our balance probably is quite off with all that's going on in our world today. So just practice it. Just stand here, lifting your foot. You can go into tree if you wish. You can move back into warrior. So, all right. So I am not super good on balance, but I'm better than I used to be, so that's what counts. And I just want you to know that balance is just something that we constantly work on. So, all right, good job. So coming back to center. So this time, let's start out in star. So we're going to go to the other side. So star, placing your feet down, toes out. Come up, stretch out. Be that big star in the light that's full of light, shooting that out. Good. All right, so we're going to make a little shift. So your right toes are already out. We're just going to bend that knee. We're going to shift that left foot and come around. You can bring out the heel, or you can just leave that foot straight. Okay? And warrior two. Find your stance that works for you. Yeah, now I can look at my goal this direction. All right, we're going to turn our front palm up and exhale, reverse. Beautiful. Inhale, come down to side angle. Always know you have the option of placing that arm on your hip. Good. Breathe in. Straighten your front leg, find triangle. Just fine, just bring that front leg. You can place your hand above your knee, below your knee. Straighten up your arm towards the sky, or you can place it on your hip, keeping that shoulder out. And your head can go wherever you want it to go. You have choices. All right, good job. Bend that front knee again. Let's find side angle. Remember your options. Remember to breathe. Breath is what it's all about. Press down. Inhale. Come back up into warrior two. Keeping those feet firmly grounded. Keep those legs activated. Hugging in the belly. Let's keep our alignment nice and long. All right, we're going to helicopter, so twist around. Adjust that back foot so you have a little bit more of a foundation. Okay? And then we'll exhale and bring our left hand down to our right foot. Today, looks like I'm going to stop at my ankle, but you can stop up here, here, or down here, or you can even reach your toes. Bring your other arm to your low back. Breathe in. All right, so we're going to come right up into warrior one. Stretch up tall. Find that stretch in your front body. All right, good job. All right, so we're going to come forward into our balance pose. So again, the balance poses that we usually do in class would be tree. You can make those arms be wherever you need them to be. Or it could be skydiver. Or it could be warrior three. Or it could be just standing here finding balance. You can come out to the side. This side's doing so much better. All right, good job. Come on down. All right, Well, that's all I'm going to do today. And so thankful that I have this opportunity to share with you. And remember, just to be okay with where you are. Reach out to someone if you're afraid and feel like you can't make it. Just know that you are loved and that we are all in this together. So, may you be happy. May you live in ease. May you be free of